中には大きな力規模がある Maybe I'm a little young But you don't know what I become Can't you see it in my face A demon living in disguise But you can see the killer in my eyes I've got a look you can't escape
Tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town.
Yeah, Freestyle Friday number 17. My name is E-Double, his name is Tom Petty, and here we go. Small pond, big pond, the fish are the only difference. City out of harmony, lingering on the dissonance. Fishermen wrapping up citizens with their fishing nets. Sometimes chemical, some played old imprisonment. Dissidents laughing at themselves as if they had a voice. Acting like technology really gives them a better choice. Protect the borders as we stack up our elitism. Defeatism is what we pretend that we keep believing in. I'm straddling both lines, the quietest revolt. Politicians fake like they caring that we vote. Legalese verbose, cause if it's plain English, then it's ADD riddle and riddle. Children might get it, and if they do, then you're fucked. When they know what's up, you might start seeing public servants dressed as little punks. No tie, no suit, they just looking for some truth. Campaign funds came from hacked ATM booths. Talking grassroots, man, they talking run and shoot. I just sit back and figure out what the fuck to do.
I don't even know. Do I remember how to even do this? I'm not for sure. It's been so long. It's been so long. Coffee beans. Listen, going back into the office was a little bit, a little bit more of a challenge than what I thought it was going to be. I thought I'll be able to take it. It's no big deal. But, you know, you work 10-hour days every day, which is, you know, I'm working a little bit more than 10 hours. When you include the 2.5 hours round trip driving. But enough of my whining. That's not what we're here for. We're here for some fun tonight. And I've got a story for you guys. But before we get into the story, I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, let's get this out of the way. I've got some gifts to give away, some channel memberships. Oh, I know you like beer, Bobby. And it's Friday night. Let's have some beer. What do you say? Let's see who all is getting it. Christina Vina, Vicky, JT Dynamite, Reese, Huggy. Let's see, who else can we get in here? Well, yeah, I know. There we go. Let's get the next 5. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. Who's getting this time? Nietzsche got a gift. Brandy A got a gift. OC Modeler, Rain 36, and Rob Richardson. There you go. All right. Oh, Bobby, you may have a drinking problem, son. Are we done? I think we're done. I think that's it, right? All right, here we go. How's my audio levels tonight, guys? I know the last, I think like the last time I streamed, people were saying my audio levels were too low. I've worked on it. I may not have been streaming, but I did work trying to get the audio levels leveled out and what have you. Sound good to me? Good. Great. Glad to hear it. All right. Let's get in the show. So there was this anime convention, and why does it always evolve around anime? Now, I personally don't watch anime. I don't, it's not really my thing. But anyway, there was an anime convention that recently took place over in Texas. And there is a popular cosplay, I guess, person. I don't know what those, this is really kind of one of those deals. I don't know all the proper terminology, but this young lady, Kendra Manning, she's 25 years old. She, let's see, she has an Instagram following of about 16.4 thousand followers over on the gram. And over on the tick of the talk, she has 115.3 thousand. So I don't know about you, but if my math is mathing, that's about 130 or so, right? 130 or so thousand combined followers on the old social medias. Well, anyway, so there was this anime convention that was going on over there, and it was supposedly, you know, bringing peace and harmony and bringing all the anime lovers together, and they could just celebrate all that is anime. Well, this young lady, and let's just take a quick look, because she's a lovely young lady. I mean, you know, all things considered. Pop up. Here we go. So here's some of her costumes. I'm sure you guys recognize some of them. I recognize some of them. Here she's playing, I think that's supposed to be Harley Quinn, right? And that's, I think, was it Kick-Ass? What was her name? The movie was called Kick-Ass. And, of course, here's Wonder Woman. Starfire, I think that's who that's supposed to be. There she is as Black Cat, another version of Harley Quinn, Kitty Pryde, Joker-esque, Hellboy or whatever. Raven, isn't that her name? Raven? Yeah, Raven. Okay. I don't know which one she's playing in this. Let's see, which one is she? I don't know which one she's playing in this one here. Where is she at? I get, is that her there? Maybe the redhead. I don't know. Whatever. But anyways, you can see she has a pretty good following, right? And we look over here on her TikTok. This is her TikTok. She in her socials and stuff like that. She says she suffers from an autoimmune disease called fibromyalgia, which is a horrible thing. I hate that for her. And like I said, she's a beautiful young lady, very talented, very creative. I mean, you can see her here. She's putting together her costume for when she was doing Kitty Pryde there with the little dragon, right? The little dragon. You know, like I said, some more of the TikTok and stuff. So very talented, whatever. Well, what did she do? What did she do that was so horrible? Well, it seems, guys, that she, well, okay, that ain't working so good. Let's bring this one up here. No, that one ain't working either. Let's see, was this one work better? No, okay. We'll go back to this one. Okay. No, crap, that ain't worth crap either. All right, we'll go with this one here. So there is a product out there called gamer subs. It's a lot like the G Fuel or what have you, right? Those gamers, the gamer supplements. You gotta, like here, I'm drinking a little G Fuel tonight myself to kind of give me a little caffeine to get me through to this thing. Well, as you can see, doggy style, Jesus Louises. Anyway, they this energy drink, gamer supplement drink thing, streamer supplement or whatever. No, I don't need to talk to you. Shut up, go away. Anyway, as you can see here, they have a lot of anime style characters, whatever. Evidently, this brand is not well liked by some people. I don't know. I didn't really dig too deep into that, why they weren't liked. I didn't care. But this is the root. This is what triggered this young lady. And what happened was she threatened to place a bomb in their booth at this anime convention thing. I'm not even joking. She was going to place a bomb. She threatened to place a bomb. Now, she is facing a 3rd-degree felony, which could get her up to a decade in prison if she's convicted, right? Says Manning allegedly commented on other influencers' Instagram that she would be planting a bomb in their booth today at the San Japan Anime Plus Gaming Convention in response to another comment she saw slamming Gamer Gumps, an energy drink marketed almost exclusively to streamers. An attendee of the convention, terrified that Manning was making a legitimate threat, reported her to the event's management, who notified the police. And you can see, here's when she's in a Spider-Man costume or outfit or whatever. Manning was barred from entering the convention the following day and issued a criminal trespass. Some of Manning's comments and behavior at the convention sparked real safety concerns and left attendees genuinely fearful. Fox San Antonio reported the cosplayer admitted to posting the threat before leaving the event and was later arrested. KNS5 reported. Manning soon was released on a $35,000 bond, according to the Bexar County Central Magistrate. The popular influencer boasts a staggering 115,000 followers on the TikTok and a slimmer 16,000 on the Instagram. Her most popular videos of TikTok feature herself dressed up as X-Men member Kitty Pryde and Marvel anti-hero Wanda Maximoff, garnered around 32,000 views each. So anyway, there you go. So not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. I don't know why. I don't know. Did she have a bad experience on the G Fuel or on the gamer, whatever that was it called? I'm sorry, gamer sups. Would she have a bad experience? Was it? I just don't know what could have warranted. What could have warranted her wanting to place a stupid or do a stupid bomb threat? That's just. Anyway, I don't know. Crazy. It's just crazy. But anyway. Oh, so moving along, unfortunately, I do have some bad news. And some of you guys probably are aware of this, but of those of you that, may not possibly know about this, creator, donut operator. I don't. Some of you guys might watch some of his videos and what have you. But anyway, back several years ago, he rescued a little orphan kitty. You see here, they called Squirt, and it kind of blew up. Kind of got his name out there in the social medias. And that's kind of what launched his whole donut operator career. Well, Unfortunately, he's went missing. And as he says in his statement here in his tweet about this, he says, well, boys, I think it's time to call it. My boy Squirt started off this whole donut operator thing. I know a lot of people have the whole outdoor cats are bad thing. I always felt like my little man was like me. He started off from the bottom and he loved being outside. He hasn't been home in over a month, and I like to think he went out fighting a coyote like a boss. And here's my little turtle boy. And anyway, I've been following and watching Donuts content for years. Way back before he ever blew up. I really like watching his where he would do the breakdown of these officer involved incidences. A lot of times it's shootings. As a former SWAT and police officer, he was a SWAT member of the SWAT team. He was also a police officer. He's a veteran, so he comes with a lot of knowledge and understanding of those situations, and it was just kind of nice. I enjoyed his commentary on those type of things. He's kind of grown and blown up kind of since then, and he covers and does a lot of other things these days. But nonetheless, anytime someone loses a pet, it's a sad experience. And anyway, I want to wish the best to Donut Operator. So anyway, let's see what else here. So yeah, I came across this. This was a wild one. So I'll just let the video play, and then we can discuss it. What do you say?
How we doing today?
Good.
Leaving work with some merchandise?
No. Can I help you, officer?
I was just watching some very interesting video footage from your work. Mind if I search you? Empty your pockets right now.
Can I have some sort of warrant?
You're making this way harder than it has to
Check.
be. Huh. What do you know? That looks just like the Rolex that was stolen from the nursing home that you work at. Yep.
I don't...
There's the money.
Are you happy? Can I go now?
Absolutely not. Would you care to explain this?
Explain what?
Where did these come from?
Does that matter? We both know where it comes from.
You often steal from your job and where you work? Turn around, hands behind your back.
Can we please just talk about this? I think this is a bit dramatic to be arrested. What footage? Can I see the footage?
Absolutely. You'll see it in court. You think it's a good idea to steal?
They're not going to miss it. Wait, he's basically dead.
You don't think they're going to want to pass that watch down to his son?
This is bullshit.
Basically dead. Not going to miss it. And it's bullshit that she's getting arrested for stealing from a elderly gentleman who is in a nursing home, who evidently was not doing well. I mean, at the end of their life, she just decided, hey, he's he's at the end there, so why not? Why not just steal? Why not just put it in my back pocket? Be a little dramatic, putting the cuffs on her. Yeah, God.
Get me out!
Not happening.
Not happening. Exactly. Not happening, sister. Sorry, it's not happening. I would really like to live in a world where I could sit there and see something like that and say, you know what? That's the exception, right? But that's a rare occasion. It just very rarely does it ever happen. But the sad fact of it is it goes on way too often, way too many times. And it's just sad. It's just sad. I'm sure there's been a lot of other streamers and stuff cover this, but I came across this. This was funny to me for a couple of reasons. As some of you know, I've told this story a few times here on this channel, as well as you know, other streams that I've been on and stuff. Back in the day, this would be in the mid to late 90s. I was on a competitive gaming stream or team gaming week and played Counter-Strike. It was version 1.6. Well, it started off 1.5 and then went to 1.6. Way before Counter-Strike Source, way before Counter-Strike, was it all that stuff? Geo, I don't Neo, whatever. I don't. You know what I mean. Anyway, and when you're gaming, when you're playing a game casually, or if you're competing, like you're in a tournament or you're what have you, you're always gonna make mistakes, right? But like when you're playing casually and you're just out there playing, just with a bunch of randos or whatever, right? One of the things that always, like when you flub up, right? When you make a mistake or whatever, you're going to get shit talked. That's just the way it is, period, right? There's plenty of times, well, you know what, before I get into that too much, just watch this video and then we'll go from there.
He's on the right side. Get in there and kill him.
Okay, so the first thing, kind of do a little bit of a breakdown here. As you can see, because this is the new CS2. I don't even think I've been downloaded, installed it, or anything like that. But just kind of breaking this down a little bit, you can see here the angle come on, okay. You see here, there's no way. Well, I'm not gonna say there's no way. You'd have to come on further up into here, and you could throw the grenade back up in this corner, which was what she was trying to do, right? But she didn't go up far enough, and what she did is she just hit it off this wall, and it wound up bouncing back over here in this area. And so she goes, if you look here, she's got 39 health. This is where her health is, right here, 39 health, right? So you see that she throws it, it bounces, boom, comes right there. So drops her to 16. Now here's what she did. That's good. She swept this corner, right? That's good. The problem is she should have immediately rotated and then swept and looked over here back off to her left. Well, she didn't do that. Okay, what she does is she gets nuked, right? And that happens, right? I've had that, not clear both sides quick enough, whatever. It's just one of those things, right? But anyway, let's listen to what happens here.
Dude, can you shut the fuck up when I'm trying to clutch, please?
You dumb bitch. I'm trying to clutch up. Low-key, trying to throw a grenade at my own feet. Now I'm embarrassed, so all I can do is lash out because Daddy never told me no.
Okay, so basically they're making fun of her because she threw the nade at her own feet, which took health off of her, and they're trash talking, right? Now, and that's, so we'll finish listening to this, but
Bro, why? I just want one good game.
Trying to have a little fun, you fucking limp dick fat fuck.
okay, so listen to what she tweets out. She goes, I just want to show you guys how draining it is to play Face It as a woman these days. Yes, I know these guys will likely get banned for what? What would they get banned for? That I'm not clear on. Yes, I have reported them. Why? Because they shit talked you a little bit? No, you don't have to have a tag, Darwin, but it's getting draining. This is over 50% of my games these days. Banning these types of people only goes so far. The reason I'm tweeting this is because I just want to ask the decent guys out there, please, if you see a girl getting harassed like this in your Face It lobbies, please say something. We'll always stop them, but it made me feel a little bit better knowing that at least one of the other guys in the team also realized how fucked this type of behavior is. What type of behavior? It's yeah, she reported them. Yeah, Nuclear Winter, she 100% reported them. Now here's the thing though, right? So listen to this, because here's another one that she posted, right? After this, listen to this.
Remember that one round where you dated yourself and then blamed us?
think that anyone gives a fuck about your opinion. And then you think that you can get our accounts, man, because you know Gabe and you're PMing him right now, feet pics.
Gaben's my best friend.
Wait till I get a hold of Valve. You're on stream to fucking 12 viewers, and they all fucking buy my feet pics.
Yellow, shut your mouth. Yellow, shut the fuck up. You're a solo queue. You're 2 and 7. You're 2 and 7.
Bro, your buddy is 8 and 4. What do you mean?
You're 8 and 4. What do you mean? I'm talking, dumbass. Open up your fucking ears.
A man's talking. Be quiet, you fat bitch.
Okay, now right there, a man's talking. That's no need for that. I'll give you that one. But
Be
Dye
quiet.
your
A white
hair
man
again. Your dad
landowner.
might love you. Keep dyeing your hair and getting more piercings. Your father may care for you, brother.
Okay, he's kind of cooking me.
okay, so then she starts laughing. Goes, oh, he's kind of cooking me because he started kind of dissing a little bit on her because you're talking about her hair and piercings and what have you, right? So that's funny. That's okay, right? But making fun of her because she naded herself, didn't clear the left, right? And she got nuked, right? She died, and her team shit talked her because she dropped the ball. It happens. I'm sorry. When you play these type of games, right? It's going to happen. If you don't want to hear trash talk, which I understand, some people don't want to hear trash talk. Some people don't, they don't want to engage in that and whatever. Okay, fine. God bless you, whatever. That's why they have the ability to mute people. It's real simple. You just go in there and you say mute to where you don't hear them. So you don't hear the trash talking. You don't hear the garbage talking. Yeah, she laughed at herself. I respect that. Exactly. She wasn't taking herself too terribly seriously there, so that's cool enough, right? But the fact that she sat there and was talking about how she's going to report them and report their accounts and try to get them banned off of Steam, right? Because they made fun of her. Now, the one guy who's, okay, guy's talking, that's a little bit misogynist, okay? It's a little sexist there. There's no need for that. Didn't need to do that. So, anyway, it's just I don't know. I mean, I'm all for. I think I game with anybody and everybody. I don't care. That's not a big deal to me. It doesn't matter. But what I don't understand is if you're gonna play these type of games. I mean, if these type of games and you don't hear the garbage talking, I don't know. Maybe go play a game that's not competitive like that, right? Just go play another game. I'm getting played. You think so? You think so, Toxic? You think this was all a work? You think it was all work just to try to boost her and get her some views on her streams and shit? It may be. It could very well be. All I can say is she turned around. Do I mute Gigi when she disses me? No, please. I put that little girl in her place. But besides that, like when she started first playing Fortnite with us, the only thing she could shoot was the ground. She didn't know how to raise her gun up to shoot at the opponents. You don't know what's happening. You just decided to come in here and talk shit. Gotcha. Fair enough, Toxic. Fair enough, brother. No problem. So this next thing, here's something, guys. I honestly don't understand. I don't know if any of you guys have been watching any of the stuff that's coming out of Washington here recently, but the director of the CDC, Robert Kennedy Jr., has been like going, toe to toe with a lot of the senators and stuff up in Washington, right? And they're talking about how, Americans basically are like unhealthy and stuff. And for the life of me,
Wendy's bucket of nuggets and bucket of chili.
Shut up. I can't figure out. I've tried to figure out why Americans are so obese. I've searched high and low, and I just couldn't find a reason why they're obese. Do you guys have possibly any ideas of why Americans are like overweight and obese? I mean, I know I searched high and low, and I couldn't find any reasons, but I don't know, maybe some of you guys could, find something. I don't, I don't, but anyway, so I guess that bit didn't go over. Jesus. Oh, God. Okay. So how many of you guys remember the story that came out of, I think it was like New York State, and how the police officers came in and they took this squirrel. Dude starts slurping the chili. I'm dead. Okay. All right. All right. Mike, I get all that out of Mikey, so it wasn't a total loss bit. Oh, culture, confused corn syrup, trans fat. Yep. And 5-gallon buckets of chilies from Wendy's that you dump your chicken nuggies in, and then slurp it up with a straw and dip it up with a Baconator. I'm sure that has something to do with it, right? But you guys remember, I should have pulled this up. Hang on here. New York squirrel. Hang on, I think pet squirrel. Yeah. Let's see here. News. All right. Yeah. Peanut. You guys remember, right? Peanut, the pet squirrel. And then he had like a raccoon, I think it was. Like they had a raccoon as well, right? Well, the couple, whatever, is suing because the state came in and they seized Peanut the squirrel, remember? And because I covered that back in the day here on the channel. Well, we have a new one. We have a whole new one, guys. This one is an Alabama man who allegedly fed his attack squirrel meth faces new charges.
More details on the pet squirrel making headlines across the country. Limestone County man by the name of Mickey Polk is wanted on drug charges tonight, but is continuing to play cat and mouse with police officers. Polk describes the squirrel as his best friend, and he fed it a healthy diet that never included meth, he says. He won't say where he is tonight, but knows he can't stay on the run for much longer.
My face is all over every TV and phone and laptop in the country right now, so it's not like I can, have.
I can't understand why he'd have any type of a problem with law enforcement or anything. I mean, he looks like a fine, outstanding young man to me. Just a pillar of the community, hardworking, I'm sure, tax-paying, member of the community. I can't for the life of me figure out why.
The situation straightened out, and then I'll go ahead and turn myself in.
Well, Polk says despite what people are hearing, he has a great relationship with his squirrel, and he can also see a bright future for his pet squirrel. If convicted, by the way, Polk would have to pay between $250 to $500 in fines and could face jail time as well. Charles, I'm sorry, I just don't have a good segue going from a meth squirrel to the forecast.
I mean, look, it's like...
I just found this story hilarious. The guy says he has a meth squirrel. He just has an absolute and positively meth squirrel. It's just, anyway. Oh, Lord. Ah, me. All right, so I got one last little thing here. And I was kind of hoping that my friend Seth would be around tonight, but I think she's otherwise engaged or she may be in bed or something. I'm not for sure, but I've got this little thing, this tear maker. I don't have a good segue to go into their next news story off of a meth squirrel. Yeah, how do you segue out of that? I don't know. All right. So, I don't normally like doing tiers and stuff, right? These little tier maker things. I find them tedious. Most of the time, they're boring and they're not very entertaining. However, like I said, I was really kind of hoping that, like I said, my friend Seth would be here, but she's not. But anyway, I was recently having a conversation with some of my friends, and we were discussing, and I used the term classically handsome, and they kind of found that to be a little bit amusing. Hang on, let's see if I can get this. Where's this at? Here, go this here. Let me see if I can get this a little bit better. Something like this here, and we'll blow it up. We'll make it nice and big where everybody can see it. All right. So, I did a tier list with several different actors, and some of these are ones that Seth found attractive, and I was hoping to get her in here so that she would kind of, I don't know, push back a little bit maybe, or share their opinions or what have you on this. But anyway, she's not here, so we're just going to go ahead and do it. And we're just going to have it and do some fun, whatever. Okay. So this first person, and I don't know if you guys can see that to it, but that is Clint Eastwood, right? So, Clint Eastwood, if you guys were to put him somewhere, I guess we should go over the different tiers. So the top tier is classically handsome, right? Well, of course you can't see it, Toxic. You're blind, you silly goose. When you have classically handsome, right? Then you got a heartthrob, mid, great personality, and then just coyote ugly. Now, from some of you guys that may not know, coyote ugly is as an old slang expression is of when you wake up next to a person and they so ugly, you would rather chew your arm off than to wake them up, so you can just kind of slide out of the room, right? So you don't want to. Well, but anyway, so I would say top tier, but I can't judge another man's appearance. Why not? Why can't you judge another man's appearance? Zero. Well, 100% you can. But anyway, so to me, a perfect example of what I would call a classically handsome actor, right, is to me, that is the epitome. That is Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood to me is the quintessential classically handsome, right? He wasn't really a heartthrob, even when he was younger and he first started doing, the movies and stuff back in the, oh my Lord, he's been making movies, I think, since the maybe the 50s, because he did a lot of westerns back in the day, like Rawhide and those TV show westerns, Rawhide and things like that. But he even back then, he wasn't like heartthrob, right? To me, he was just rugged, handsome, manly, just what I call classically handsome. It's me. No, toxic. No. No, if I was to judge Toxic and put him in a tier, he would go under great personality. That's where Toxic would go. He'd be a great personality. Not much on the looks, not a real looker or anything like that, but it's just a good heart, just a good good person, good soul, but it's just not a whole lot to look at, right? Just not really much to look at. So here we go. I'll jump one here. This is Tom Cruise. Now, to me, Tom Cruise is the quintessential. I mean, he's the epitome of what you would call a heartthrob, right? Well, you have a face for radio. Yeah, I may have a face for radio, but I have a voice for YouTube. You get you see what I just did there? You get that? So, but anyway, to me, Tom Cruise has that quintessential, that just what is a heartthrob, right? I mean, from like when he started, when he appeared from The Outsiders, right, or Risky Business, right, where he, that famous scene where he comes sliding through and Old Time Rock and Roll is blaring, music, is blaring, and he comes sliding in. He's got his white socks on and his tidy whities. I mean, in his Ray-Ban sunglasses, that heartthrob. The girls just, fawned over him. So this next one, this is Steve. I can never say his name right. Brulelli, I think say his name. Anyway, a lot of shows. I mean, he did some movies with Empire. Boardwalk Empire was like a really big one where he played a mafia kingpin in that movie. But this guy here, now he's not, to me, this is a great personality type guy, right? Not a real looker, not a real looker at all, but he has a heart of gold. This guy, before he made it big, and became a movie star or whatever, right? He was a New York department. He was New York fireman, right? Buscemi, yeah. But anyway, when 9/11 happened, I don't know why everybody be judging up in here. He's an awesome actor. I love his acting. He's just not a lot to look at, but he has a heart of gold. This guy showed up to his old station house when 9/11 happened, and he went out with those guys. This was after he became an actor, right? But prior to that, he was a New York fireman, and he went and helped them, dig through the rubble and stuff to recover and to help people and what have you after 9/11. And so, just like I said, just a heart of gold, just a sweetheart. But he's just not a whole lot classically handsome. Well, I changed my mind, Nietzsche. I changed my mind. I slept on it, and I don't think he's classically handsome anymore. I think he classifies as just a great personality. What do you mean he's not a lot? He's not a lot to look at. He's not a good looking dude. He is not a good looking dude at all. But he has a heart of gold. So anyway, there you go. Okay, this guy here, this one right here. This right here is Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken. Now, Christopher Walken, he's another one of those great personalities, right? Great personality. You called him handsome. I don't care. End of story. Listen, when we were talking about this and creating the tier list, and I saw I was going to create a tier list, and I sat there and got a little time at work today, and so I created this tier list. I came up with the tier of great personality, which I think is better suited to Steve, man. I think it's because he's not a looker, right? And so, but he's not mid either. I just think he has a great personality. And besides, this is my stream, my tier list. So yeah. Anyway, Christopher Walken. So Christopher Walken, another great actor. I don't think I've ever seen a movie that Christopher Walken has been in that I don't like. I think he's a great actor. I love his acting ability. And the stories that I hear other people talk about and do, He just seems like just an awesome guy to be around, whatever, right? So another one, great personality, I think, but he's just not good looking, you know, and that's okay, you know. I think he, along with Steve, they have very unique looks about them, which sets them apart. And they're great actors, and so I think that's what, you know, helped them in Hollywood stuff. But they're just not, you know, just not good looking guys. So here, Sean Connery, right? Now this one's tough. This one is a tough one, right? And the reason why this one's a tough one is because Sean Connery, in the days that he was making and played James Bond, which would have been in the 70s. He was a heartthrob. I mean, the women would just swoon over this guy, right? But as he got older, right, he became more of a what I would say a classically handsome, right? He was a, you know, very rugged man's man, classically handsome category type deal, right? So I mean, it's kind of like, okay, if you look at it, his early, when he was, you know, first started acting and stuff, whatever, like I say, he was just a heartthrob, right? But if you look at later on some of the older movies and stuff, you know, after they got a little age on him, he kind of falls more into this classically handsome. So to me, I think he could literally go in either one of these. I think I'm going to put him because to me, he will always be like James Bond. So I think I might have to put him in the heartthrob category. Let's see. This guy here, oh my Lord. This is another tough one, right? So, oh God, why can't I remember these guys' names? I'm blanking. This is, okay, I'm gonna just stick him right here for just a second. Let me go look up this guy's name because I'm pulling up a let's see. Let's see here. Why is it not showing up here? Okay, on here. Yeah, Mickey Rourke. I don't know why I couldn't remember the guy's name. Mickey Rourke. Now, this one is really tough. Because when Mickey Rourke burst onto the scene, he was a heartthrob. I mean, he was an absolute heartthrob. But, so I don't know why, but he got into his head that he had to prove that he was a tough guy. And so he started doing boxing. And his face got punched in. And he had some facial damage done. And he had to wind up having facial construction redone, whatever. And so now boy, I'm going to have to put him down where he's at now. Coyote ugly. The boy is just coyote ugly, right? Let's see here. Let me look up this next guy's name because I can't remember. Where is he at? Where is he at? Where is he at? Let me find him. Let me find him. Let me find him. See, that's why I was wishing. So, like say some of these was kind of cess. Yeah, Jeffrey Combs. That's this guy's name's Jeffrey Combs. Now, I don't know a lot about this guy, other than I can tell you he was in Star Trek, and he's just mid. He's just mid. You think Sean Connery deserves classically handsome? You know, Zero, that one was really tough because his later years, I agree, he was classically handsome. He fits more in the classically handsome category. But to me, Sean Connery is the epitome of who James Bond is. And when he was playing James Bond, he was a heartthrob, right? So, that's why I put him more into the heartthrob category. Okay, who's this next guy? I can't remember him. What was this guy's name? Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? This is so. The older Bonds were great actors. Yeah. Sean Connery. And oh God, what was his name? The one after Sean Connery. I can't remember his name. I'm sure it'll come to me here in a minute. I can't remember this guy's name here. Did Another Day. Oh, 70 is my favorite film. Die Another Day. I can't find. I can't remember. Anyway. He's mid. I'm tired of this bit. John Wayne, classically handsome. There you go. There's my tier list. Boom. Done. I should have written their names down and put in a Google Doc or something to be more prepared. Anyway. All right, we want more quick perusal of X.com. See if things out here. What?
I just counted 45.
Is that you, God? Talk to me.
Yes, that's the classically handsome.
No, you're Coyote Ugly, dude. Shut up.
I don't believe you. I just counted to like 45, just repeating dead air.
Dead air.
Yeah, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, Look, you know how long it's been since I've streamed?
Yes. I run a page of one of those Twitter accounts where I tweet every day. It's been so long since people streamed.
Well, look, dude. I've come to the conclusion that I've messed around and got old somehow because these. Let's see. I start my day at about 5 o'clock, and I don't get home till most times 6:30 at night. So that's how many hours? That's like what 13 and a half hours a day.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, why on God's pea-picking earth would you get old?
You know what? I don't know, dude. It just kind of happened. I don't know. What the hell?
Did you just see that catch too? Are you watching football?
No, I don't watch football. I don't care one iota about football. I'm pretty much sports agnostic.
That's a wrong way to live.
You think so?
I know so.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question.
What's up?
So, what is this guy's name? Hang on here. Let me
That's the wrong question to ask.
Yeah. What is that guy's? He's a black guy. He's like a comedian.
Is he?
Yeah, and
Dave Chappelle. Oh wait.
No. He did whiteface. He did complete total body paint to make him look like a white, like redneck. And he went to like some NASCAR races. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I feel like I've seen a video here or there, but I don't remember who you're talking about.
Okay. Have I got my screen shared? Yeah. So here's a picture of the guy, right?
Okay.
Now let me just pull this up here for I think let chat see this. Let me get a little bit better. Is this a better? Yeah, maybe it's a little bit better. Now this guy's black, right? But they did paint, like they did body paint on him and everything. And, they made him look like he had a sunburn, typical, what they call farmer's tan type, sunburn stuff around the neck and arms and what have you.
Sure.
And he went to one of these NASCAR things, right? And Drewski, thank you, Bob Lavari. Drewski. Yeah. Drewski. Anyway, so he went and he did all this stuff at this NASCAR and whatever. It was a joke or whatever, right? And so my question is this, right? And because it was a comedy bit and it's funny, right? I'm fine with whatever, right? Looks like one of my uncles. Yeah, I'm sure you're not wrong there, Mikey. So I've seen some people kind of get outraged about this, right?
Why?
Well, what's the opposite of it, right? Blackface, right?
Sure.
So they're like saying now, is that going to give permission to, if a white comedian, let's say a Theo Von decides he's going to, to dress up like a black guy and go hang out at a more black centric type gathering or event. And make, cut up and do like comedy bits and things like that. Would that be accepted?
No.
But why wouldn't it be?
Because it's the world we live in.
Exactly. The world we live in.
Listen, okay?
It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games.
When you're a kid,
yeah,
and everyone tells you life's not fair.
Yeah.
That goes for every aspect.
You think so?
Sure. Some people get it for certain things, and some people get it in other things.
Fair enough, I guess. I mean, is there anything else out there that's? Oh, what's this? What's this?
Football.
No, it's wrestling.
Football.
It's wrestling. Brock Lesnar. WWE's is tweeting out saying the beast has been unleashed, and it's Brock Lesnar. And looks like he runs into the ring and he hurts somebody. Well, I don't know, he hurts them, but you know what I mean. He thumps them, puts a thumping on them. Let's see, who does he?
Unleashed on SmackDown.
Have you watched SmackDown yet? I know. Oh, hang on. Didn't you say something? Didn't I see you put out a tweet or something earlier about John Cena and Brock Lesnar? And he left. Just like that, he left. He just left. Why did he leave? See, that's how you are, Toxic. You just come in and then you leave. Oh, is there anything else out there on the Twitter worth? Don't be getting those shrimp from the Walmarts. Evidently, they've been importing them and they're, I don't know, radioactive or something, and it will. There's no profit for it. Okay. I don't know. But evidently the shrimp that they were importing is toxic and whatever, and it'll cause you to grow a third eye or something I think, or something like that if you listen to some of the reports that have been coming out. Let's see. Anyway. Oh, that's good news. Look here, guys. Why is it? Okay. Go there. Tommy C. Congrats to Tommy C. 9 months pregnant with twins. Can't wait for the on-stream gender reveal. Wait, what? He's not pregnant. He just fat? Go watch Law Cow Cafe with Tommy C. and Batgirl. Girl? Is that how you say girl? Jay Lee. You know, oddly enough, I don't much care, honestly, for the whole Law Cow universe per se. I don't. But that being said, the last, this week, I catch the cafe with Tommy and girl. I don't know how you say. Anyway, whatever. I'll just call her BG. And it's been pretty entertaining. I've actually enjoyed it. I tried watching the cafe before, back when Ken was on there. Nothing against Ken, no shit, whatever. It's just a whole different. To me, it's just like a whole different energy. It's just a whole different, dynamic, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. I've enjoyed it. I have really enjoyed. And I put it on and listen to it while I'm working of a morning there at the office, and so I think Tommy's doing. I think he's killing it over, and good for him. I was kind of a little bit. I guess, shocked that Tommy actually went back to work in that environment. But he seems to be doing it and enjoying himself. And so I guess in the day, basically, as long as he's enjoying it and having a good good time, then good for him. I'm happy for him. Let's see here. What else? Is there anything else out here worth interested? Man, I'm not seeing anything. What is this here? Huh. Steve Burns, the original Blue Coop. So Steve Burns, the original Blues Clue host, is launching his own podcast called Alive. He wants to make it Blues Clues for adults and other people who loved the show when they were kids. Emotional support and education now that they've grown up. Well, doggies. There you go. There you go. So, I don't know what would you be, I don't know what age, probably in your, would you have to be in your like mid to late 20s or something like that, maybe. Kind of would be the age group that grew up with watching Blue's Clues, Steve there on Blue's Clues, and that about the right age group. That sounds about right. What else is going on here? Anything else? I don't know. Yeah, supposedly Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather have signed a thing to meet in an exhibition boxing match in spring of 2026. Oh boy, that'll be a banger. Jeez, what a freaking joke. What an absolute joke. Let's see. Anything else out here on the Twitter worth talking about or mentioning that I didn't? Lord of mercy. I don't think so. I think that's about it. So, anyway. All right, well, listen, guys, I think that's going to be it for the night. Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me. Let me see, is there anybody out there? Let me see if there's anybody out there that is live that we want to raid into. Let's see. No, I don't really see anybody live that I want to raid into. So I thought maybe K-Huck or one of those guys might be, but they're not. So anyway, you guys take care. I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in and what have you. I guess I'll see you when I see you. Good night.